I want to welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. I am doing this because I hope I can give you some encouragement with your loved one that might be going through a mild to extreme TBI, traumatic brain injury. I am definitely not a health professional or certified counselor. I am not in a position to tell you what to do. Everyone needs to make their own decision. I just am hoping that I can give you some comfort along the way. This is going to be done in chapters. I will try to do a chapter every 2 or 3 days. I am not a health professional or certified counselor, but a mother that loves her son. I will give you a little bit of what happened the day he got sick. He was already on oxygen and had been for years. He was having a lot of breathing problems, called the doctor, and he just told him to lie down and put his feet up. He got so bad later, we called EMS. My son had a cardiac arrest and did not have a pulse for almost 18 minutes. The hospital was able to start his heart, but told us he probably would not make it through the night. This was the hardest day of my husband and my life. Having a doctor tell you this was devastating. My son pulled through the night and was transferred to an ICU at another hospital. After a lot of testing, we were told he had scattered TBI damage. The doctors at the ICU told us he would not get better and encouraged us to let him go. We did a lot of praying and decided that was not what we wanted. This is always your decision to make. My son was transferred to a LTAC hospital that offered ICU and rehabilitation services. Since he was on a vent, 24-hour care was necessary. He was at the hospital for about 6 weeks and was improving, doing things like sitting up for short periods of time and chewing crushed ice. Unfortunately, we were told that his insurance would not continue to cover this type of hospital anymore. We had to find a place offering 24-hour nursing and rehab services that would take someone who was on a vent and oxygen. Nursing home and rehab centers in our state do not provide the 24-hour nursing care for someone on a vent. We had to find a facility out of state that would take him. We got a list of all out-of-state facilities that offered the type of care our son required. Many did not have very good reviews or were hundreds of miles away from our home. Some of the facilities my husband called were very rude and not receptive of admitting our son. We did a lot of praying for guidance. My husband spent a lot of his days on the computer and phone checking places out. Then we found a place that was a 3-hour drive and had good reviews. He called them and was very pleased with their administrator's attitude. We set him up to go there. It was hard to leave him. This was during COVID, and we were not able to visit him in his room. We had to look at him through his room window. It broke my heart leaving him. With COVID restrictions, all we could do was look through his room window. I know he was so scared, and I could not be there to comfort him. We went back up the next day and stood outside his window. The facility was able to set up an iPad that we could use to FaceTime. At least he could hear his mom and dad's voice. We would stay and play him prayers and healing music. We went up to visit every day to check on him and just let him know we were there. We did this every day until they started letting us go visit in the front room, one at a time for 15 minutes. We went up in the snow and cold weather and stood outside his window just to see him and let him know we were there. Then we could sit in the car and talk to him on the iPad. He always loved Christmas so very much. This was his favorite day. So this was always his day. Again, we had to stand outside and talk to him. The facility switched from outside visits to one at a time inside for 15 minutes. Our whole life was being sure he was okay. I'll have more in a few days. If this is helping, please like and hit subscribe so I know if I am helping you. If you have questions or things, let me know and I will try to answer you back. Thank you for listening, and I will have more later.